What are we gonna play? Hey guys, so we're gonna be trying to play some Stanley Parable. So, is it gonna work? I don't know. Oh no. Hmm. Is it working? No. Dang. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Did I? How did I say this? I said. Oh, that's why I didn't choose one. There. That should work. That should work now. In theory. Yes. No. There we go. Wow. Why'd I cut up the side? Oh. Oh, I see. Nah. Leave it there. I don't care. It's because the thing has a thing in the back and it doesn't work. I don't know. It's dumb. Let's be honest here. Like very dumb. Better it loads. Should probably will. In sometime. It should load. Don't know if it will, but it should. Okay, come on. Load, 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 load. Come on. Yeah, it's loading. Take forever, but it's loading. This game is so slow. Well, my computer is slow, so that doesn't help. It's one of those things you're like, well, if your computer's slow, that doesn't help, right? Why does it keep turning? My mic keeps turning. There. There you go. It's gonna load eventually, so hopefully. Stalker. No, I was watching something. Oh, there you go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley
Does it
relished
work?
every moment that
Can you
the
hear me
orders
too?
came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Can you?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Okay.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Right.
Never in all his years at the company this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very
Basically, he's saying I haven't
wrong.
gone this far without
Shocked, frozen solid,
getting anything.
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Come on.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Wow, I keep forgetting that this thing's on my phone. Okay, so let's go. I like this game a lot because I watched, I think, Tobuscus play this originally, and I was like, oh, this is such a cool game. Because it's really meta. Watch. Come on. Dang it. Right here, if you play enough, you just keep restarting, you'll see someone walk by there. And some people think it's Stanley, other people think it's not. Other people are like, it's not Stanley. Because some people think it's a mirror, some people don't. I personally don't know what I think. But, yeah. So, come on, let's go. So let's do the regular route first, see what he wants me to do first. Which would be... What? Did I go the wrong way? Or something completely broken about this game? I'm pretty sure there's something broken. Cause look, if you go, oh yeah, something's broken. Watch. You're supposed to do this. Then you go here. Then you go to the end. What? I'm very confused. What? What? Huh? Did I just, like, the whole game just, that's it? We're frugged? We're fugged? I think so. Unless there's another door open somewhere else. 420 blazing. Where is it? I think that's it. Honestly, I think that's all I can do. Huh. Interesting. Well, I'm screwed. Look at that. I've never seen that in my life. Start over and see if that does anything. Hopefully, it does something. If not, then oh no. If it does, then yay. Start the game over. So we start over, we keep going.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's see, I'm trying to get to the meeting room, but like, apparently, I'm screwed. Watch. Okay, good. I was like, what the heck?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, door on the left. First thing we're doing is taking his advice for everything. So we're following the narrator, like, fully. So, let's go this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Boss's office, okay. Ah!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. Now I go up, right?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Okay. I like this game a lot. It's very meta. It's very like, whoa, what? Because you can like really make anything out of this game. It's great.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
The funny thing,
Shocked,
the fun thing right here is doing this. Look.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Nice.
By sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go. So I go down the elevator, I guess? I think. No other way of going, really. I mean, there might have been a different way, but I don't know. Come on. It's take forever to load, isn't it? Come on.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
So let's see, let's go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Yeah, that's not, disconcerting at all. Yeah, mind control, whatever. You probably been controlling my mind this whole time, so.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Let's see what we got. I know, I don't talk very much. I'm just like, oh no. I'm pretty bad at that too. I'm like, oh yeah, I should be talking right now because I'm just like, but I'm like off in the game. So I'm like, well, you know.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes, maybe.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
I think I've done looking at the menu.
It was unthinkable,
Check if there's
wasn't it?
I don't think
Was
there
it
was.
even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
I think I just wait,
And as the
then
cold
it's
reality
time
of his
goes by.
past began to sink in,
I'm not mistaken.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There we go. Cool. Let's see what we got. Come on. Takes forever to load. Like forever to load. This game. I might be frozen. Oh, no, I'm not frozen. Which way do I gotta go? Towards the light, right?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Huh?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
Where the hell
Stanley
is all
reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Like what the heck is
Where had his co-workers
Right?
gone?
Which in
How
retrospect,
had he been freed from the
you don't really
machine's
need to know.
grasp?
That's the whole point
What
of the game.
other mysteries
You
did
don't
this
know.
strange building hold?
When I first saw
But
it, I'm like,
as
is this
sunlight
life?
streamed into the chamber,
just like
he realized
metaphor
none
for
of this
life
mattered to him.
in terms of, like,
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but
That's it.
happiness.
You don't have anything to do.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will
Maybe
be
in theory, I don't know.
his.
Is this a
And
metaphor
that
for
was
like
all
office
he needed to
jobs where you're
know.
just sitting and doing
It
nothing all
was
day?
perhaps
Then you get it.
the
It's
only
like, yeah,
thing
you
worth
just die.
knowing.
That's it.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the
That's probably why they made The Office
upon
the
his
TV show.
skin,
So,
the feeling
what's it
of
called?
liberation, the
Comedic, I
immense
guess.
possibility of the new path before him.
Well, you know,
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley just die? That's the thing I don't know here. Did Stanley just die? Did he just kill himself right here? Or did he just like die? Did you like literally die of happiness here? Like just like, oh my god, this is the real world. Holy crud, I've never seen the real world in so long. And then he died. Is that it? I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. I mean, you can interpret these things whatever way you want to. These things are crazy. Yeah, these outcomes are crazy. These paths are crazy. All sort of like, oh yes, 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 yes. Yeah, there we go. Dead. Died. Nothing else to do. I'm gonna do my favorite one. No.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to
I believe
check
I
on
know
his
which way my
co-workers.
favorite one is.
He never
It is
functioned well by himself and constantly
this
needed
one,
support and
right? If I
guidance
can
from
remember where to
others,
go,
so the
it's
thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
this one, and then you go to
When
right.
Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
only changes if you stay here for a really, really long time.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No thanks.
Stanley
Not gonna
was
take
so
the first
bad
open
at
door on my
following
left. I'm gonna go
directions,
straight.
It's incredible he wasn't
And then it's like,
5
okay,
years
well,
ago.
because I like how the narrator. That's also like, for the longest time, he's like. He's like, okay, well, for the first few like times you go off the path, okay, we'll figure out how to get back on the path. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Do this.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Shut
I
up.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
I think it's this
Are
way
you
anyway.
that convinced that I want something bad to
Nope,
happen
never
to
mind.
you? Why, I
Don't
don't know
think
how
it's
to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to
Nope,
show
we're in
you
the wrong way.
something
Oh, well.
beautiful.
Find it
Look,
path. Oh, well.
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Watch the best
Now,
part of the whole
listen
game.
carefully, this is
I think it's the best
important.
joke in the whole game.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Right? Okay, so you go through the blue door, and then immediately you get no. Okay, fine.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
I still don't think we're
right.
communicating properly.
So you're like, okay.
Stanley walked through the red
Oh no, there's
door.
only a red door. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Blue door. Turn around, blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead,Stanley. You want to know so
Maybe I'm
badly
going the right
what's
way,
out
actually. I
there?
don't
You
remember.
want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen?
You'll see why I love it.
Well, don't
You'll see why I
let
love
me
this
stop
path.
you.
A few minutes later. Yes, it is the right way.
You see,
Yeah,
there's nothing here.
I am going the right way.
Haven't
I
even finished
think.
building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see?
Like, what do you
Vehicles?
want from this, man?
Skill trees?
What do you
Work with
frickin'
me.
want
You've
from
given me
this, man?
absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what.
You hate.
Let me
He's
take a
like, you
stab in
basically
the
hate
dark
everything I
at a
do.
new design, and
Everything
you can
that's
give me
ever
some
designed by me
feedback.
or anything close to me.
There we
or
go.
any of the-
A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
And then I can start doing the rest. But I will go through the third door. I'll go through the third door because that's the best path.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Right now I have a leaderboard. Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. And I am where? So cool. I don't know if that's actually like real like. Where am I? It's gonna show me, right? It's gonna eventually get to me? No? There you go, Stanley. This is you. You are dead last. Wow, okay. No! Let me out! Oh well. Then he asks
Now,
again, he goes,
would
what do you
you
want
say
to do?
that
What's the...
competitive leaderboard
Like a 2.
helped
Let's
you
go for
feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
one.
honest
Yeah,
answers.
well, actually, I
please.
could half a point, but I can't do half a point, so.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
I'm good. No, I'm okay. You know what?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Apparently, if you wait 4 whole hours, like if you actually play for 4 hours straight, it goes.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Is it gonna work now? What's happening here? Is it gonna work? Are we gonna get it? I don't know what just happened. Oh yeah,
Well,
see, that's the
Stanley,
funny
is
part.
this
That's
any
why I love
better?
this game.
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
I love he's like,
But is
okay,
it
fine, look,
enough?
here's a game I have
Tell me
nothing
that,
to do with.
Stanley.
Nothing at all.
Will it ever
Nothing.
be enough?
Okay.
Well, I'll say this. I'm
Well,
done
then.
making things
And it
for
became
you.
this game. It's Minecraft.
From now
so.
on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then. Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course.
What I'm thinking,
And
something
just to
like primitive, I
finish it
guess?
all off, yes, it's complete.
But I still
made
don't want
this,
anything to do with
Stanley.
you. That's the
Look
thing.
at it.
So if I
Gaze
go in
upon
your
my
house,
work
you
of
built the
art
house.
and
So
feel ashamed at your
I don't know.
own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could
okay.
only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond,
diamond?
everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
You kidding me? Out of diamond. Okay. Where am I gonna just find that many diamond? This early in the game. And then here I like you just jump in. Like, yep, bye.
Oh my. It looks
And I have
like
no
it's going to get a
torches,
bit
I have no
dark.
nothing, I
You
just
brought a
keep jumping.
light.
I just keep going,
Oh,
keep going.
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear.
If I keep
Something
there
that
we go.
makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5.
And then he changes the game again
Even
too.
the diamonds couldn't save this one.
3,
Okay, new
2,
game.
1. Does I'm not. Oh gosh. If I'm right, it's gonna be watch. It's good. Wait, guess what game we're playing now? Watch.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
We're playing.
You,
Yep.
trapped
You
in a
guessed it,
glass
Portal.
box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better
I
myself.
dropped it.
What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out.
We're in the radio with
Okay,
me.
now I'm curious.
I don't know.
Let's go find out what the hell this is.
How do I get out of here? Oh. I want to take the radio with me. Or try to take the radio with me anyway.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. genius.
What a good. Oh, I've never played Portal, but
No,
feel like I'd
actually,
love
you
the
know
game.
what? I think that's plenty.
And
I
now he's
really
like,
don't
well, you know
care
what then?
much to see
You like
you
it so much.
stumble through
There
any
you go. You
more
can
of
play
these
this.
games.
There you go. Have
And I
fun for the
highly
rest of your
doubt
life.
you're any
Like,
wiser
what?
for the
What?
experience.
The first time I saw it, I'm like, wait,
Which
what?
is why,
Why?
rather than
What?
continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave
Why?
you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my
Theory,
business,
you don't. You're just a
making
narrator.
meaningful cultural
But what do you need?
contributions
You're
to
just a
the
narrator.
world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was
I know the only way to get
objectively
back.
wrong in every decision he...
Because they're apparently, are you wearing the boots? I don't know. You can't see yourself, so don't ask me. 5. Am I dying? Did I die? No. No. I didn't. Well, I'll go backwards then, I guess. I think I remember what to do in this ending. It's you go this way. And you keep going straight, is it? No way. Oh, maybe. I don't remember. I'm gonna end up hitting like dead ends all the time in this. There's a lot of dead ends in this one. There's just a lot, cause like you think you're going the right way. You're like, oh, this works, and then you just hit a dead end, and you're like, oh, that doesn't work. Like this, I'm sure is a dead end. Watch, it's gonna do this. It's gonna turn this way, and it's gonna be a dead end. Oh, okay, we're getting somewhere good. Hey, nope, dead end. I knew it. You just end up in a lot of rooms like this where it's like, oh, it's light. Oh, that's oh, there's a room. Oh, you're gonna nope. Dead. It's like, oh,
I
dead
wonder
end.
what he found. If what he
Which is not bad,
wanted
I
was
guess.
to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I
Right?
wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's
Okay.
who I am.
Let's see.
That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
There's so many
Very
endings to this
soon.
game. It's crazy.
I can wait.
It's a game with the most endings that I've ever played. Most endings in a game I've ever played. The most endings in any game I've ever played. So it's great. Cause it's great because it's like, whoa, wait. There's another ending to this? What the heck? And you're just like, yeah. There's a lot of endings. Let's be honest here. Like, a lot. Like, probably hundreds. And you're done. We'll do one more ending. Cause I know where one ending is.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible?
No, okay.
They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
What did I say? Oh, I hate Mondays. Doesn't everybody? Don't we all? I think, if I'm not mistaken, you do this.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting.
I love because
room,
see, look,
Stanley
listen to this
knew
one.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
He's like, you know, you're not going the right way,
Wow.
but
Yes,
it's okay,
this
because
room.
you know,
What a beautiful
maybe he's gonna come to the
room,
employee lounge.
but
And okay, now
eager
he
to
takes the
get
first
back to
door on the
business,
left. No, I'm not. I'm
Stanley
going
took
straight.
the first open door on his left.
No, I'm not. I'm taking a straight. Thank you very much.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I think you just follow us now.
Look,
I'm
Stanley,
not
I
mistaken.
think perhaps we've got off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
like, wait.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Question? I think
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
oh dang. The narrator's like, oh dang.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Tricked ya.
Oh, come on.
I'm like, oh good lord.
Did you
The first
actually
time I
think
saw it,
you
I'm
had
like,
a
oh good
loving
gosh,
wife?
really? You just
Who'd want to commit their life to you?
did you just do what I
I'm
think you
trying
just
to make
did?
a point here, Stanley.
Yes.
I'm trying to get you to see something.
I'm in some
Come
kind of,
inside.
weird hotel.
Let me show you
looking
what's
place.
really going on here.
I'm going to buy. Can I?
Sorry,
Damn
but
it.
you're in my story now.
That's the thing. Why didn't you just do that way before? Why didn't you just literally guide me everywhere? Ooh.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
A death of a man named Stanley. Death of a man.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the
Okay.
inconsequential nature of his existence.
I see. Press the E button.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No, I have not chosen this life. The life is chosen.
But in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he
Why doesn't it
returned
just
to
do a whole
work
bunch of other things?
was a
Like, I guess it's
reminder
just a
that
terminal.
none of it would ever
It's just a
happen
terminal,
to
so
him.
it doesn't can't surf the web, I guess, or do anything, I guess.
And so he began to fantasize about his
You know,
own
I would do a
job.
whole bunch of things on the
First,
computer.
he
Or at least I
imagined
would
that one day while
try
at
and
work,
do at least
he
something
stepped
else
up
on the
from his
computer.
desk
So I don't,
to
you know,
realize
go
that
and,
all of his co-workers,
but again, I
his
guess the
boss,
IT guy would know
everyone
exactly.
in
He's
the
like, nope,
building
I know
had
exactly what you
suddenly
do.
vanished
Like, dang
off
it.
the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either.
He's just
At
explaining all of
last,
the freaking things to
choice.
this one.
It
Well, I guess
barely
it sounds
even
like the
mattered
narrator
what
explaining
lay
to the
behind
wife.
each
In
door.
retrospect,
The
the narrator
mere
made the
thought
wife.
that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Okay, patriarchy.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Okay, now when can I get
But there is no answer.
Look, and it starts
How
to-
could there
it starts to-
possibly be?
27.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
So the wife
The
was
longer
fake.
he spends
So
here, the
everything
more
was
invested
fake.
he
So this
gets.
is what he
The
my own
more he
life? Like,
forgets which
no.
life is the real one.
No, I make everything up as I go along.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
What? Meta,
He won't
man.
listen to me.
So meta.
He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
You know what? I'm not gonna put. Oh, you know what?
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again,
Please
and
die.
Stanley
I love
pushed
how
a
the screen says,
button.
please die.
And I
And you're dead. Okay. That's it, guys. I think that'll be it for now, guys. So, unless I'm not dead, then I'll just finish the thingy and then we're dead. But I think I'll be dead. So, or finish, restart. So I think it'll be good. So I think that's it, guys. So I like Stanley Parable. I think I'm gonna play some more Stanley Parable tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Cause tomorrow I'm not even here, so I might not play anything tomorrow. Might go either earlier or later. I'm at the Good Friday service, so cause I'm at my church, so. And then maybe I'll play Saturday. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it, guys. So quit the menu, quit the game. Okay, wait, and I think that's it. So adios, muchachos.